Hey Garden Fam, it's your host Raven Epiphany. I hope you are doing well and having a terrific Tuesday. I'm back with another quick video. Today we are talking about changing your definition of success, accomplishment, and fulfillment in order to really embrace a life of rest and, be able to live in that Sabbath that, the Lord died for us to have. You want to make sure that what you are striving for, what you have pent your life on, what you wake up every morning for is really aligned with the things that you truly desire, the things that truly make you fulfilled, that truly resonate with you as success and are not those things that you feel like the world calls success. Now, some of those things may overlap. But if you're only doing it for the sake of, well, this is what people said is success, so I have to do it. People say that you have to get to the top of the chain of, of the company in order to be successful. Then that's what I'm striving after. If they say, you need to be a six-figure earner, so that's what you're striving after. If they said that you need to go to college and graduate in 3 years instead of four and, get a 4.0 and you're doing it because that's like the status quo, that's like the expectation from others, you're going to ultimately end up feeling unfulfilled even when you check all those boxes. Now, those are not bad goals to have. If that is truly what you want to see yourself do, if you truly want to be a six-figure earner, seven-figure earner, etc., you truly want to finish college in less years than, the normal standard, you truly want to get a 4.0, you truly want to, get to a certain place in your company, those are not bad goals to have. However, you will end up unfulfilled if you chase what people say that you're supposed to have, and that's not truly what you care about. And in today's world, a lot of the times what you get caught up in, the reason why you end up in that cycle is because you are used to being able to slash having to have something to post online about your accomplishments. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes the biggest accomplishments in life, the most fulfilling accomplishments in life, are not those things that can even be captured in an Instagram post, a Facebook post, a LinkedIn post. What other social media is there? Even a YouTube video, maybe. Some of these things are things that you can share with those who experienced it with you. Some of those things are just personal. They're just for you. They're just between you and God. Some things are not able to be documented in a way where they can go on a certificate, where they can go and be captured in one picture, where they can go and be captured in one thing that can then be shared in a simple post that people actually can engage with, right? And sometimes when you are detoxing from, that space and you're really trying to get in touch with what you are actually called to and what God would really have you to do, and then also what you actually want to do and who you actually want to be, one of the things that can serve as an obstacle to that is feeling like you need to have something to post, you need to have something to share as an accomplishment. If you are used to being able to do that back to back to back, there's going to be that in between time where you have to detox from that, where you have to be okay with nobody else knowing the major feats that you're making in your life, the major accomplishments that you are making in your life, the things that you actually feel fulfillment in doing, the person you actually feel fulfilled in being. But it's not capturable. It's not something you can just readily and easily share and check off a box with, right? Sometimes our biggest accomplishments are our healing in a certain season. That's not something, you can make a long written post and kind of explain it, but like overall, that's not a tangible or easily measurable thing. That's more qualitative than it is quantitative. And so it's not able to be just simply captured in a picture. Your growth and development as a person is not something that can be simply captured in one post. It's something that can, maybe over time as you're posting, that can show a journey of that happening possibly. But like overall, what I'm saying is that some things in life, when we get to a certain place, we have to be okay with the things in our life not being picture perfect, the things in our life, even if they look picture perfect, not being able to be fully captured and shown to the outside world. We have to get to a place where we are okay with that fulfillment just being within ourselves, that fulfillment being shared with just our, immediate circle who was there for the journey, that fulfillment being found in the actual integrity of, this is what I actually truly desire. This is what I actually truly feel called to. And that's not always, like I said, something that's for the masses. It's not always something that can be easily captured. We have to be okay with that. The most fulfilling moments in life, the most that you will feel successful, the most that you will truly feel accomplished. And I'm not talking about having a resume of accomplishments. I'm talking about feeling accomplished. It's going to be attached to those things that align with your values, that align with your true desires, that align with your highest calling. And again, that cannot always be captured in 140 characters on Twitter, which I know it's not 140 characters anymore, and I know it's not called Twitter anymore, but obviously I don't be over there anymore. It can't always be captured in a couple photos on Instagram. It can't always be captured in even an hour-long video on YouTube. It can't always be captured in even the longest of posts on LinkedIn. Some of those things are the accomplishments that come from feeling and giving the love that you have always desired to have in your family, from feeling and getting the fulfillment of cultivating a life that you actually enjoy, a life where you're able to spend time with God and hear from Him readily, a life where you are able to connect with those that you love, a life where you are able to pour out and do the things that you actually feel called to do. And there is the fullest fulfillment in that. So there's nothing wrong with posting. There's nothing wrong with having accomplishments to post. What I am saying though is, as you are transitioning, there are going to be times, and actually probably more times than not, where there's seasons in your life where you can feel unaccomplished because you don't have anything to post. But if you allow yourself to really take inventory of your life, you will see that you've accomplished a lot. You will see that you have been a lot more successful than you give yourself credit for because you weren't able to post it. And you will realize that you have actually been living a fulfilled life. Here on the Garden of Epiphany, our goal is to empower and encourage women to live an abundant life through faith and wellness. And I don't think you get to abundance by, checking off boxes that don't really resonate with you. Abundance doesn't come from that. Abundance comes from integrity. Abundance comes from being in alignment with what is true. And, our ultimate truth comes from God. And our other, the secondary to that is, what He has already placed inside of us, who He has created us to be. And if we're not in alignment with that, if we are chasing with what the world says we ought to chase, if we are striving after what the world says we ought to strive after, or even if we're doing the things that actually resonate with us, but we're trying hard to prove to others that that's what we're doing, or prove to others that we're being so successful in being that person or doing those things, we will ultimately end up unfulfilled and or, diminishing the fulfillment that we actually enjoyed when we were doing the things and being that person, because we weren't able to show it. We weren't able to prove it to someone who, honestly, when you have 1,000 plus followers on, even 500 plus followers, even 200 plus followers on any social media platform, really, like, there's not much more than a snapshot that they get to see of your life anyway. And so there has to be a part of us that is willing to detach from that need to prove to people that they matter in the grand scheme of things, but don't matter necessarily as strongly in your story to the point where you should build it off of their approval. We have to step away from needing to prove to those people that, we are something, that we've done something, or anything like that. I made another video previously about, just being, right? And a part of just being is like being okay with living your everyday life and enjoying that and taking it in, even if it's not picture perfect, even if you can't share it with the world outside, and enjoying those people that you actually get to intimately share it with. And so there's nothing wrong with posting, a snapshot of that. There's nothing wrong with sharing a bit of that. I'm really speaking to the place that sometimes can arise when you begin to walk out what it looks like to live an authentic life. Especially if you've come from previously being on social media, there could be this tug and pull that feels like, I'm not accomplished because I haven't had anything to post. There's no way I can be living in fulfillment because I haven't had anything to show for it. And that's not true. I want to encourage you to take realistic inventory of what has been authentically happening in your life and give yourself that space to redefine success, to redefine accomplishment, and to redefine fulfillment. And as you do that, you will find that you have more freedom and liberty to truly live an authentic life that aligns with your highest calling, that aligns with your truest identity. And, in that, that's the place from which you are able to receive the abundance that the Lord died and rose again for us to have. And so that's all I have for you today. I hope that that blessed someone and set someone free. And even if this is the first time you ever heard it, I want you to sit with it. And even, if you need to, take a break from social media just to see what it looks like to just live out your everyday life without having to prove something to someone else. But anyway, you guys know that I love you bunches. I hope that you have a healthy and wholesome rest of the day. I will talk to you soon, God willing. Please like, subscribe, and share with your tribe. And until next time,